Hello, welcome to my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Carolera, and today I will be doing a spoiler-free review for the Thornbirds miniseries. It came out in 1983, and it's based on Colleen McCullough's best-selling novel, The Thornbirds, novel of the same name, which happens to be my second favorite book of all times. I consider this to be a very faithful adaptation, though of course there are some changes. Some of them are for the better, and some of them are not. But as a whole, I quite enjoy it. It's divided into 4 episodes, and it's about 467 minutes long. Back when it was first released, it won a lot of Emmys and Golden Globes and was nominated for a lot of awards. And I remember reading somewhere that after Roots, it was like the highest, most popular miniseries of all times in the United States. And I'm not sure, but I think it's like the most globally watched miniseries of all times. It stars Richard Chamberlain, Rachel Ward, Gene Simmons, Barbara Stanwyck, Brian Brown, Christopher Plummer, Mary Winningham, Piper Laurie, Philip Anglin, Richard Kiley, among many more. I think this is a great cast, even though Brian Brown was the only real McCoy. Everybody else was not Australian, so it's really weird to watch a miniseries set in Australia, that it's so significant for that country, and yet it's been spoken by Irish people and American accents and Scottish accents, or people pretending to do Australian accents. It's all very bewildering. And just as a quick side note, Rachel Ward and Brian Brown play a married couple in this miniseries, but in real life, this is where they met and they got married for real, and to this day they are still together. The title of the novel comes from this sort of Celtic legend that speaks about a bird who spends its whole life searching for a thorn tree so it can impale itself upon the sharpest thorn while it's singing. It's its first and only song, and it's supposedly so beautiful that everyone steals to listen, and God in his heaven smiles. And the bird doesn't know that once its song is done, it will die. But human beings, the metaphor here is that we know we're going to die, and still we impale ourselves into the thorn being our pursuit for our deepest ambitions or dreams, even though we know we're gonna get hurt and hurt other people because of our need to just get something that can't be denied to us, even though it hurts us to the core. As I said on my review for the novel last week, ever since I was 16 and I finished reading The Hunchback of Notre Dame, where I fell in love with Frollo, the priest who falls in love with the gypsy Esmeralda, I was sort of intrigued by this whole forbidden love stories with priests falling for women. So I did some research and I found The Thornbirds. I saw the miniseries before I read the book, and I can still recall the moment where I came back from school and spent my whole afternoon just watching The Thornbirds, and I was totally amazed, and I'd never seen anything like it. It's very cool. It deals with the Cleary family through 3 generations, and it begins around 1915 and ends about 1969. And each generation has its own intriguing, fascinating, unique love story, but the core of the plot is the forbidden love affair between Father Ralph de Bricassar and Maggie Cleary. They love each other since she's a little girl, and through the years their forbidden love comes to have really big repercussions on them and on everybody around them. I give this TV adaptation a 4 stars out of 5 review. It isn't perfect, and the book is by far its superior, but as adaptations go, I really like it. I think that it really felt like the producers and the showrunners and the people behind the production were really invested in bringing about the best adaptation possible of such a beloved bestseller. It felt like they had really read the book, the source material, unlike many shows that I don't get this impression from today. I think that even at times it improves the novel, for example with the character of Ralph de Bricassar. Here he has to face and do things that he shies away from in the novel, so I like that. Though I should mention that the author doesn't really like this adaptation of her story. She doesn't like the main actors, to each its own. There is a sequel to this miniseries called The Missing Years, but I've never seen it and I don't intend to, because those missing years are not in the novel. Nobody but the actor who plays Ralph de Bricassar, Richard Chamberlain, came back to portray his role. Still, just as Roots, it's been remade. I would love it if there was a new remake for The Thornbirds. I just want a new adaptation that's shot in Australia, because this one wasn't. It's shot in California and Hawaii, and one that's full of Australian actors because I just love their accents.
Domain. Complete and absolute ownership of land. Land so owned. Dr. Dossier. Dot.
In Anyways, in the description box below you can find a link to Thornbird's IMDb page as well as a link to its trailer. I'll keep my fingers crossed that you all enjoyed my review for the TV adaptation of the Thornbird. Thank you very much for watching it. I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler, and I'll be seeing you soon.